Hi Capricorns, welcome to your monthly tarot reading. I am Ashley Rose and this is your monthly reading for December 2021. This reading is for all Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We will be pulling 7 cards for a general overview for your month. 1 oracle cards, 3 cards for your love life, and 3 to clarify that, and an affirmation card. So give me a second while I get caught up. Did you hear a little doggy burp? She's so cute. We just got a foster pup and she sleeps and snores and burps a little bit. She's so cute. She's an old lady. Oh, she's just chilling. But back to the reading. We start this month off in Capricorn, or not in Capricorn, in Sagittarius season, which, by the way, happy birthday if you watch this at the end of the month or it's coming up, so it doesn't matter. But we start this month off in Sagittarius season and with excitement to go after all the things that were dug up during Scorpio season and the things that came up during that eclipse at the end of the month. We are, writing out a new plan of how to move forward. We're kind of got this energy of adventure and we're excited about the things that we're doing and the stuff that's changing. But it can be a little hard when we're so in the groove of what we're doing. So for some of us that can feel like a lot, and it can feel a little overwhelming and a little intense. And sometimes that's when our triggers or the things that can hold us back will pop up, or old thought patterns, old ways that we used to behave can kind of show ahead again because we're uncomfortable, we're in the unknown, we're a little fearful. But with this Sagittarius energy, it really gives us that room to kind of play and for it to not be as scary as it seems. Because when we get into Capricorn season, it is this time where all these like karmic balances are going to take place. So for whatever is not working for you, whatever is not here for you, or serving your best interest, is going. We got the devil here at the bottom of your reading. I love it when you show up. But it's going to fall away so that we can finally put our energy where it's best served, and it's going to be putting it towards our work and the things that we're building in our life. So tap in to this time because we're ending a month, we're ending a year, we're ending an era, we're ending a chapter, and to go into next year in a new beginning. And I usually hate to be like, oh, cliche, new year, new me. But the way this astrology is set up and the way everything has been going, it really is like new year, new you, and how we are transforming, and who you are now. You'll be completely different 18 months from now. And this month is kind of just the beginning of that, and seeing the things that are going to fall away and kind of interacting with that change for the first phases of what this change is. Woo! So don't be scared, allow it in. Capricorns, I love you because you are really great at digging down deep and putting in the work to what it is you want. Like Virgos, whatever you pretty much set your mind to, you will achieve that. And so it's important to remember that throughout this month, that maybe we're not seeing it in our work financially, but the other places, the other things that are being brought up, the other things that we need to pay attention to, maybe it's our thoughts and the way that we're communicating, the way that we're interacting with others, to apply ourselves in those areas, to change those things that are just kind of stuck in a rut, will really serve us well. And again, put us on this new step forward, that where we can walk into next year ready to receive all that is here for us. All right. And for you, there is a lot to celebrate this month. We have a little bit of challenges in the beginning, but it's nothing to really be worried about. And that's really just working through the ways that we could be deceiving ourselves and deceiving others when fear kind of shows its head, when it kind of comes to play, when our traumas and our triggers that have come to the surface are here for us to deal with. We kind of want to go the other way and dive ourselves into our work, but this month we will be able to do that. There's no turning away, because like I've said, last month and this month we're in a period of change, that our spirits no longer are accepting any behavior that is not aligned with who we are authentically. And everything that is not working for us is kind of just in our face, and we need to deal with it. And so that could feel uncomfortable, but we are ready to release this grief, and we've asked to release this grief because it wouldn't be happening. Well, for two reasons it wouldn't be happening. One, if it wasn't for you and there wasn't something for you to learn from this and to grow from this and an experience to be had, or if you didn't ask for it. And it might not be coming the way that you saw it in your mind, a perfectly wrapped package, but it's happening the way that's going to be the best for you, if that makes sense. So we start the month off with the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is conflict. It is serious conflict. It is in our face. It is here to help us recognize and realize the behaviors and thought patterns that don't serve us so we can free ourselves from this behavior. The Five of Swords here is these people that come to a courtyard to play with each other. They brought their swords, they brought their ideas, their inspirations. And you may have gotten a little scared or a little intimidated, or you didn't think that what you brought to the table was worth it. Or maybe other people had better ideas than you, so to speak. And you got nervous, and so you fought everybody off. You manipulated, you deceived, you did what you could so that you could win in the end. But in the end, you're by yourself, and you're not able to celebrate with people that you care about because you pushed the people that cared about you, that wanted to hang out with you, that wanted to support you and be with you. You pushed them away because you fought too hard and you took it too serious. And so this month is going to be a month of learning how to let loose, have fun, and to not take things so serious and kind of push them too far. It's like a friend that takes the joke to another level that is just like, that's not where it needed to go, like too far. Or like an older brother growing up that like beats you up and it like actually hurts you, and it's just like, oh, why'd you have to take it that far? So that is what is being brought to the surface this month, is taking things too far and trying to deceive. There's no more deception. There's no more things we need to hide behind or deceive. It's time for us to be free and to be us and to release the grief. And that's what we're doing with this. Ooh, pay attention to fives. Sorry. Five, because there's 3 5s that popped up in your reading, and that's going to be very important. Freedom, change, risk. Conflict is going to be something that you see throughout this month, but just remember it's coming for freedom and it's coming for the change that's beneficial to us, not change that's going to harm us, but that's here for a good purpose, and for us to take a risk on ourselves, a risk on this grief that we are releasing so we can better our future, right? Because the 5 of Cups upright like this is like having 3 dreams that just fell over and didn't work out the way that you wanted to. And so you decided to cloak yourself in this black cloak and kind of hide away from the world and just look at what didn't happen and cry about it and be sad and be stuck in your misery. And that's okay place to be, but you're missing the fact that there's 2 cups behind you, that there's a relationship that you can lean on, people in your life that want to support you, and 2 other dreams that have room to grow now. That these dreams that fell apart weren't really yours. They weren't really what was going to go into fruition anyways, and it's time for you to put your energy into this. And with this being in reverse, you are releasing your grief. You see the opportunity that's around you. You see the ability to take these dreams that are in your life and to work on them and to bring them in, to make them something so much more beautiful and strong than you thought to begin with, right? So we release the fear and the grief that causes us to behave this way, and that's amazing because then you free yourself from those chains. Like the Devil in reverse down here, you free yourself from the things that held you back, the stuff, the fears, the emotions, and there's death underneath. Oh, there's death underneath that and the Ace of Wands. Come on. But you release yourself from the chains because you realize that you are the only person keeping yourself there. Nobody else. Then we have the Emperor and the Hierophant. Love this. 2 major arcana cards. The Hierophant is in the middle. So the Emperor is here to let you know that you've won the battle. This battle that you've been fighting internally, externally, having a hard time grasping this behavior, the battle's over. You finally figured it out and you've won. You've made yourself aware of this behavior and you're working on it to get rid of it, right? And the emperor sits here on this solid throne in the space that he's made for himself, because you are making space for your mind in your physical reality, and allowing something that is way more stable, way more comfortable to bloom and to build off of. And then we have the Hierophant here, and this is like going to somebody, he's 5 in freedom, and it's like going to a religious leader for help, for guidance, and it's just leaning on your community around you. It's this less of me and more of community and how we can work together and how I can lean on those around me to help build success. Because as a Capricorn, you're so good at building for yourself that you are just laser focused on what you're doing. You're not really paying attention to other people around you. And that maybe not on purpose, and maybe you just don't feel like other people can live up to your standard that you see for your work and your mind. But this month is going to be a push to lean on those around you and to use those people, because the Hierophant sits here in between 2 pillars, and that's a doorway, and he's wearing a big red gown. And so that's his desires. And your desires are untapped when you connect to yourself in a spiritual way and you lean on the others around you and you allow your spirit to authentically be free, and you feel that sense of comfort that you've been seeking, that sense of understanding, that sense of being seen for who you are and appreciated for the work that you're putting in. And that's at the middle of your reading. And remember, you're freeing yourself from that today. And it's like this, it's like you have a lot of 5s and a lot of 4s. So pay attention. Oh, and 3s. 5, 4s, 3s. That's really awesome. 3, 4, 5. So you're going in the forward movement. Oh, I love that. And then we have the 3 of Cups, the King of Wands, and the 10 of Pentacles. We have dreams, we have passion, and we have our abundance. So look at that. So when you do that and as you lean on your community around you, there's going to be things to celebrate, because you're finally leading a path that is aligned with your desires. You are creating a life that is really the vision that you see for yourself, because as we are in this new crossroads, where it is our choice whether we can stick in our grief and we can stay here with our bad habits and we're fighting everybody and we don't understand why we don't have the people in our life, but all the things, right? We can stay there, or we can cross over into the things that we've really been wanting. This connection, this love, this joy, this being the leader in our lives and not allowing our traumas and our triggers to be what leads us, and not allowing our ego to lead us. We are in our driver's seat and we are bringing ourselves forward. 10 is the number for new beginnings and individuality, using your power to be an individual. And even when you add all these up here, because 10 reduces to 1, 1 plus 3 is 5. You have that freedom again. So this allows us to feel free. We're allowing ourselves to express ourselves differently and freely, and we're going to be way more open. Sometimes I feel like Capricorns can be a little hard, a little harsh. They're hard to like understand, and they just kind of like to keep themselves where they are. And we're kind of dusting that off, and we're allowing ourselves to play this month. So remember, when things get tough and you want to take things a little too serious, to have fun with it, okay? Look at this all around you. You have good relationships to rely on. You have people in your life, things to love, work that is bringing you all the stability that you've been searching for. There's all that. There's lots to be connected with this month. And then we move on and we have Warrior Woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? And that's what this is getting you ready for. You're answering your deepest calling. And you get that understanding this month as you look at the behaviors that no longer serve you. Because she's got this sword in her hand, and those are the ideas, those are inspiration. And she's standing here in front of this castle ready to protect it. And you're doing that because you're getting yourself ready to answer that call. All right, actually, let's give a little look here. Have you answered your deepest calling? You are here for a reason. You are being here to bravely pave a path. Have you answered your highest and deepest calling? Living in a heart and soul-led life is not all fluffy and smooth sailing. Living in a heart and soul-led life requires courage and triumph over fear. So often our fears are the gatekeepers to our greatest gifts, and the more resistance we have toward answering the call, the more important it is for our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way. Joan of Arc was known for her courage and her famous line, "I'm not afraid, I was born to do this." But the thing about courage is that it is not possible without fear. So if you are feeling afraid, what is needed is courage. And courage comes from living from the heart. Think of your fears as opportunities to expand rather than things that are holding you hostage. If you look at your fears in this light, then as uncomfortable as it might feel, it is actually a sign that you are on the right track. So these fears that pop up this month is an indicator that you're on the right track. So trust them, follow them. Don't follow them down the right path, but look them in the eye and be ready to rewrite what it is so that you can lean on everybody around you for that acceptance and understanding what you came here to do. Okay, so moving into your love reading, we have let your friends help you, ask for support from others. 3 of Pentacles. We have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world and everything is fine. And then we have pay attention to the red flags. Knight of Wands, 3 of Cups. The signs are cautioning you. So I'm not feeling like there's a big emphasis on of our love life this month. It really is you just getting all these things right within you. And when it comes to love, it's just I feel like it's just being redirected back at us to take the time that we need to listen to those things, to listen to our fears and put ourselves on the right path. Because with this, especially with this, pay attention to the red flags. I feel like people that are coming into our life are here to tempt us and to give us an opportunity to build strength and be stronger than that, especially with this Knight of Wands and this 3 of Cups. So they're going to come in all happy and fun loving, but it's going to be a little extreme and the red flags will kind of come off fast. So people that we meet this month, maybe not our knight in shining armor. And I feel like that's going to be fire, fire energy. So Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, maybe even a little pentacle earth sign. So Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. In this retreat, everything is fine. It's like we are retreating, but in this retreat, we learn that we're okay. That the things that we're hiding behind in the fears, right? We are stronger than that and we can brave them. And this let the friends help you. That's important because it's written in stone. And these friends are going to be the ones that support you, that push you, that inspire you to keep doing what you're doing. And it's important that we lean on them to allow ourselves to know that we don't have to always go at things alone. We don't always have to be the one, brave and strong doing it our way, that we can lean on our friends and ask for help. So I'm really excited about that. Let's get into your affirmation. Yeah, because at the bottom here we have Ace of Pentacles, so a new focus of security, a new focus of comfort. You're reworking what it means, what relationships are, and I just feel like your boundaries of them and the fears, right? The fears that we have within our relationship. So we're not actually seeing that play out within one. We're working through it on our own and just understanding where we stand a little bit more. And we have, I feel my way into faith one step at a time. I love that because you are learning to feel. You're learning to feel, you're learning to heal, and you're allowing your faith for that to be present. And this is feeling by having fun and experiencing life and allowing others around you to support you instead of just thinking our way through and putting our plans in place. So that's where I'm going to leave it. If you'd like to know more about me and what I have going on, you can check out my website, it's ashlyrose.com. The links are in the description. Otherwise, I will see you guys back for the daily tarot readings.